I have to kill this. Falling down there is fatal. It takes a really long time to get back up and around at that point in the game, and there's like no place to make up that time. I just like missed my coyote time on the jump there and fell. So timing for this starts from a file that skips that opening cutscene. So I do basically have to do this every time I restart. A little annoying, but not too bad. Look at that hand-painted distance. It's so good. Oh my god, the hills and the mountains and the trees. I don't know, I just like things sometimes, even when I hate them. So I spent a bunch of time today. What was that? I can restart this run without... No, I don't want to return to desktop. I want to turn to main menu. I can restart this run without having to create a new file because I already have it. Today I spent a bunch of time looking at, so I don't know how many of you know, I set gemstones and make jewelry, and I spent a bunch of time today looking at new perspective, things that I could use to make new jewelry designs. And I found a couple of things that I think are going to be really cool. I'm not like quite ready to spoil a surprise on them yet. But I found a couple of things that I think are really going to look great once they get gems in them, and in fact once they arrive at my home, so that I can put gems in them, because I had to order them, and so it'll take a little while before they get here. But that is a thing that I'm pretty excited about. Hey Kev, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Really? The trigger? That's fine. That is terrible. Oh yeah, it is. It really is. I do sort of wish that I could get out of tech and just be a jeweler. But the odds that I would be a jeweler of any like making money-ness is really like, it's kind of far-fetched. I don't think that I like, in order to be able to produce enough that it would be like viable as a source of income, it's just like a lot of, it's a lot, you know? So, you know, that's sort of where we are. It's just like sort of a side gig for right now. Just grab the friggin' ladder. I don't really get it. I need you to move. God. Garbage. So, watch out, Urlogs! That was a pretty bad tutorial. Okay. How are you doing today, Kev? It's good to see you. Grab the save point. Text mashing. Alright. We are out of here. We're not going to get lectured by the guard because we saved our game already. And we are on our way out into the Valora waterfalls. Ha! Nice enemy RNG there. That was good. That was a good jump. Always good to minimize police interactions. That is correct. Ooh, I took that jump a little bit too soon. Oh, jeez. That was bad enemy RNG. Oh, whoops. I almost left before it was time. That was nice and smooth. Boing. Boing. Whack. Overall, this is a better... What? Alright, my sword completely, like... just did not hit for no apparent reason. Hi, Kat. It's nice to meet you. Hope you're having a good night. I think I've seen you in her chat before. And it is honestly a pleasure. Thanks for stopping on by. I know you came in with a raid, probably. And grab these 2 whetstones. How are you doing tonight? Also, welcome new follower to the Glitch Witch Stitch and Bitch. Yarn and needles are not provided for you, but we do hope that you enjoy the show. As always, all follower notifications are anonymized to protect the sanctity of the lurk. Oh, that one was close. That was a clutch slide onto the... Yes, Dead by Daylight. I've played a little bit of that game before. I'm not good at it, but it is pretty fun. And I know. Ooh, I actually do have to go up there. I don't know why I got confused about that. And I'm glad that you were having fun. That's a pretty good Dead by Daylight pun, though. That is a pretty good Dead by Daylight pun. I'm hooked. Woo. You have to wait a little bit. If you run through those too quickly, you actually get hit by them even while they're retracting. All right, let's try to have a good fight this time. Nice. That was a good start. That was not as good. How? Why? All right, cool. Not great. I'm trying to get him to run under me in such a way that I can, like, land on him and immediately chase him and score a bunch of hits while I'm chasing him. But he's being very uncooperative this fight. Yep. That was kind of a garbage fight. But life goes on. The run goes on. Oh my gosh, wow, that was... It is possible to have the rebound of the water there lock you in to like clip you into the log and get you stuck there. And then you can't do anything. You just drown. It stinks. It is not a fun time if that happens. So I try to avoid that. Going quite that ham there. Ooh. Come on, please attach to the thing. That needs to be slightly angled that way, and then come on, please. Oh, you're joking me. Is it? It's too. Yeah. It's... God. What a pointless loss of time. Really? Grab the thing. Thank you. You ridiculous dink. That was just a lot of time loss. Scored that magic jar, so now it's time to get the heck out of here. Save here, just in case something goes terribly wrong, which it certainly can. Come on. Okay, that actually wasn't too bad. As entrances into the boss fight go. Whoa, why did I... Oh. Wait, did I really... Oh no, that was because of a bad split. And I got early split last time. Good boss fight. That was actually really nice. That one's a little bit RNG, as to like where he... I switched characters, thank you very much. As to where he like decides to go during that like super attack, but it's not as RNG as the scout fight. All right, now we're able to kind of get the heck out of this place. Thank you. That was nice and easy. That's what I like to see. And boop, and boop, and boop, and boop. Let's get the heck out of here and return to Valora Waterfalls. We've had some of our first tastes of sibling puzzles, but now we get what I think is probably the most fun use of having siblings, which is these launchers. The launchers, the little like seesaw things, are super fun, and I think a great use of the multiple characters. And they're probably more fun, I think, as a mechanic than... oh, no, why did I do that? Almost anything else in the game, as in terms of like sibling puzzles. There's like lots of cranks and things like that that are like, you know, fine, whatever, but... but those just springy launchers. Have a good night, Kat. It was very nice meeting you too. Thanks for stopping on by. And sleep well. All right, we're gonna have to come back to talk to Valgor in a little while, but as it happens, we need to turn in this quest first. Oh. Ooh. Hello. Oh. That was a little ridiculous. Again, it is actually kind of frustrating that, like, Greek is right there, has all the jars. We can't turn in the quest because I happen to be controlling Adara right at that second. Not my favorite. But I knew it going in, and I didn't switch characters because I'm a dumb. Because I'm a goof. I'm trying to get some stuff out of my regular vocabulary that maybe doesn't need to be there. Adara, please. It's okay, we're fine. So we take this key and the metal that was given to us, and we have to go to this fortress that's kind of way the heck in the woods. We've got another one of these like crank puzzles where like Greek needs to hold that crank open while Adara goes and grabs the other crank and then holds it open for Greek. I've got a lot of those puzzles in the game, but they're not very puzzling. It's just a thing you have to do every so often. And now we can make our way into the fort, and the fort has places that we can smelt our Lorien. From ore into a bar. Because that's a very suitable task to give kids. Really? Thank you. Go. So this is what I mean about not having problems grabbing onto any other ladders in the game. Is that, like, you can see that, like, I'm able to, like, jump and grab other ladders, and it's not really an issue. But that, just like in that opening dream sequence for some reason, it always seems to be difficult. Oops, I want to be using Greek. His attack is much easier to control. All right. Now we can go ahead and get the other gear. This is one of the few rooms that has puzzles that really require both siblings. I did make a point of bringing both of them over here for that particular reason. I'm gonna go ahead and just drop straight down here. And then we'll pop a gear in here and pop a gear in there, and that lets us get through the ancient mechanism. Want to be careful with the fire here because fire burns. We don't want to get particularly burned. It was not really what I wanted to do. Dara can just kind of float her way over here. We don't really have to, like, nominally you're supposed to wait for Greek to go around, but it's definitely slower. So we don't do that. Woo. That should not have hit us. It'll be easier to heal now than it will to heal later. Oh my god, that again should not have hit us. Alright. This run is probably toast. Oh my god. Oh my god. I did not deserve to dodge that. Oh my god. Wow. I am extremely surprised that that worked. I have basically no idea how I managed to pull that off. Oh, jeez, come on. I have no idea why I've been having so much trouble with that. Oh, good. More pointless damage. What? That was ridiculous. It was just really absurd. I hate Adara. Like, Adara's projectiles have a homing effect on them, and it actually makes it harder to be accurate with them than if they did not have the homing effect on them. And I wish you could turn it off. Like, I will shoot at something that's moving, and the projectile will kind of like curve to hit it and miss it as a result of trying to curve, whereas it would have hit if it had just like gone where I'd told it to. And yeah, I ended up losing time largely because of that nonsense. All right, it's time to go back to our Cantos Temple. So once again, in order to get to... What? Why did she take a hit there? I just... What a bad run for random damage. They're so sloppy on the hits. We're gonna talk to Yancy. Yancy's gonna be like, yo, my bro Farvin can help me cut down this tree for you and make a new bridge, but Adara, please. Come on. What the hell? You can slash those darts, but like, I don't know, that... Not having a good time with those right now. Alright, so we're gonna go get Farvin using only Greek, which basically consists of going through the storeroom that we came up from Valora Waterfalls coming out of the marshes. And that, yoop, is where we're going, is back to Valora Waterfalls. Oh. Actually, I wanted to go to the left there. That would have been better. I don't need that. So this takes me back to Farvin pretty quickly, and doesn't involve me having to solve a weird sibling puzzle. It is actually faster than coming the quote-unquote short way from within Valora Waterfalls. Farvin, everybody makes a big deal about how strong Farvin's axe is, but you can see that Yancy is doing the vast majority of the work on cutting down this tree. But now we have a bridge that we can use to cross into Sork Ashen, which will take us to our Cantos Temple. And Sork Ashen has a lot of really interesting ice puzzles. We're not going to do any of them. I feel like a lot of the people who are here watching this run actually know all of this stuff already. But in case you don't, here's your tutorial. So, I honestly, I feel a little bit bad. With how much skipping of this area we do for this speed run. We say we, but I say really it's just me. No, you are supposed to. So Sork Ashen has all of these ice puzzles in it. But we basically just skip all of them because it turns out that the torches that they give you in order to melt the ice allow Greek to fly, which basically means that we can skip the entire area effectively. Right, we get this, we come over here, and then we torch fly, we firefly. And that takes us to this is supposed to be the exit, returning from this area. That's supposed to be your way home. It is not supposed to be your way in. So once you're here, you can basically, instead of going through and solving all of the puzzles in the lower area, just go through the upper area and not do any of the the hard stuff, the slow stuff. I say hard, but it's not exactly hard. It's mostly just slow. It would probably be hard to do those puzzles quickly and efficiently, but I also don't think that it would be faster than fireflying. Wow, I actually lost time on that segment. Our Cantos Temple. Last run I tried something here that was very silly. So this time I'm not going to do that. I am, however, going to leave you there and let you go. Firefly is going to let us skip a bunch of stuff in this. You're supposed to find ways to take torches hither and yon in here, and I found ways to take torches hither and yon. It's called fireflying. Okay, that was not correct. As in, that shouldn't have hit me. I swung my sword. Are you kidding me? These things should not be hitting me like that. So again, we need our sibling to get us through that launcher puzzle, but not really for much else. What? Please? Greek. Go. This has been comedy of errors. But at least I won't waste time. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to bring Adara over through this, back over here, where she is apparently going to engage with those things. And we're just going to kind of let that happen. Oh no, that was bad. Oh, that's really frustrating. That should not have happened. Right, so, it might be possible to just firefly across this instead of pushing the boat over, but I doubt it would be like particularly advantageous. What? That is nonsense. Oh, wow. I'm actually surprised I made it through in that one. This is another, like, sibling weight puzzle that, again, we're just gonna... we were going to firefly our way over. There we go. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. Okay, so now we can shove these in here and head over to the garden area. Why did you not jump? And just fly this over here. Pick you up. Haha, you thought that you would get us, but you wouldn't. By doing that firefly on the left-hand side of that, we actually skipped a whole bunch of puzzles on the right-hand side of it. And so there's big skips in the fortress as well. We're gonna click in here. This is going to activate a cutscene. We find the Seal of Light, and then Radel, our big brother, is gonna come hang out with us. But he came in through the window, so he's in a different part of the temple than we are. So Radel, unlike his sibs, can't swim. So he does have to use a hook shot to navigate, which can actually be quite fast. But if he falls in water, he'll like glug and drown. We don't want that. So we're gonna try real hard to make him not glug too much. He also has this shield that he can use to block things, which is good. There are places where we would otherwise have to take damage that we don't have to take damage because that shield exists. He also, unlike his little brother, can't move and attack at the same time unless he's jumping. So Radel is, big and strong and also heavy. So he does have some downsides to him. But for this fight, we're basically just going to use his grappling hook to drag this thing into position where Adara can attack it, and that's gonna make it go down real quick, and then we need to go check on Greek. I have fake gold here, so don't worry about the ticking clock. That's, if you look at the timer, there's fake gold here that it's comparing against, and that's why we're seeing that. So now we all need to get out of here together. Again, there's some water that Radel is going to need to cross using the hook shot. And technically Radel can probably Firefly. I don't think that it's faster than using the hook shot. So we're going to use the hook shot instead of trying to have him Firefly. That's glugging is... and he can just attach to the ceiling there. That's also pretty nice. He doesn't actually have to use the whatchamacallits. That's pretty cool. That may actually be useful information for me. All right, cool. So, we are out of Fort Firefly, 40 seconds ahead. This is a decent pace. All right, so now we get to go back to the Varain Ruins, and hopefully we'll be successful in the Varain Ruins this time, instead of having a weird bloop during the boss fight. Really want them as stacked together as possible. We want to go across the top here because, again, water, Radel, not friends. So we do need to go down in this direction, like this. And so we're basically going to go through sort of the same places that we went through when we were hunting for rope. But when we get to the bottom over here, we're going to go left instead of right. And that is going to take us to Viva Ruins. We're basically just going to run our way down here. If we try to get fancy with jumps, we're going to stagger ourselves on our falls, and that's not fun. We don't really want to do that. So we're gonna avoid doing that by not doing it. And so if we had come here earlier in the game, you can come into this like foyer, as it were, more or less as early in the game as you want to. The door here would have been closed because the water seal would be held by the expeditioners, and they had not come here yet. But they came here. There's an expedition. It got lost. What? Why? Don't understand why that broke. No, that's not correct. Okay. So we have to use Raidel's shield to block these laser beams. Even enemies can't pass through it, so we actually can use that as a barrier. There's a bunch more lasers in this, but we're actually going to use some tricky positioning to skip a bunch of stuff. Again, no thank you. So there's water down here, so this is really for Greek and Dara. We're going to lure those two down here. And Adara is the one who's good at swimming, so she's going to come kind of down and around. You can technically get Greek through here. It's not a fun time. And then Raidel is going to hit that, and our two littler sibs are going to come over here. And then Raidel is going to hit that bell so that Adara can get up here and just skip the rest of the dungeon. Now, this was the first big skip that I discovered here, and for a while I couldn't actually make use of it because there's a bunch of sibling puzzles that Greek ostensibly has to do in order to get out of here. But it turns out that Greek does not actually have to do any of these sibling puzzles because there is yet another precision platforming skip that can be done that for a while I did not think actually could be done with Greek, but it turns out that it is, in fact, fairly simple. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and drop a couple of these for Raidel because Raidel's going to need some whetstones for the upcoming fights. And with the 3 Corrin siblings together, we are able to open the door into basically the boss chamber. So the expedition is here. They've been beset by the Urlag Conqueror. The Urlag Conqueror stole this stone, which we need to get the airship working. And then he carries his buff self into other room. And at this point, we are basically going to have both of our sword wielders use whetstones, which is going to increase their damage by 25 to 50%. We're going to come over here. We're going to ring the bell as soon as this guy gets over here. And then he's basically going to follow us down underneath. We're going to wait for him to come by so that we can ring this bell on him. Please come here, Adara. And then he's gonna come up after us over here. We're actually gonna come back down here and try to lure him back down because this bell did not get destroyed. So we get to use that bell twice now. Right? He's gonna come up after us over here on this side. Oh no, Adara is in a bad position. You're gonna sit over here. The rest of you are going to go kill the Conqueror. So we managed to defeat him. That was not the best boss fight. I could have done a lot better on that, and I think I'm gonna, yeah, I'm losing a lot of time here. Yeah, I shed a tremendous amount of time there. That was pretty bad. It was rough. Alright, we're gonna do our best to have a good last segment of the game. There's an auto-scroller here, so we're not really gonna like lose or gain time on this segment. This doesn't even have its own separate segment. It's not a, yeah, it's an auto-scroller. It is possible to lose time here, but it is pretty straightforward. There, you can move in foreground or background, and there are barriers that you need to like move around and not get hit by moving into the foreground and background. There are pits that you need to jump over, like this. And that's really all there is to it. You lean to the right on the stick to make your boss go a little bit faster. These things are called bosscos. And that's really the end of the story for this section. It's just kind of pretty. It's a little bit relaxing. A little bit annoying that it's here. In the sense that, like, if it weren't here, and it, like, doesn't strictly speaking need to be, you would get to the end of the game a lot faster. So I accidentally tested something that I didn't mean to test, which is that ship, like the shipwreck, is not actually a barrier. You can't run into it. We're at the end of it. There's nothing else here. We're just gonna like run off the screen eventually. This also, like this tail end, like did not need to be as long as it was, but whatever. We're here. This is the game. This is the game as it is. All right, we are headed into the final dungeon of the game. There are no big skips that have been discovered by me in this dungeon. So this is all just trying to be efficient about movement. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to bring Greek kind of a ways. I used to switch characters and do some stuff with Adara first, but it turns out that there's not a really good reason to, because Adara is like the least useful character in this segment. You can do everything here with just Greek and Radel. So to get Greek out of here, we're going to have him swim over to this. We're going to have him pop out there. He was just about to run out of oxygen. And now he can come around and meet up with Radel on the other side. And they'll be heading up together. I actually could have left Greek farther up, and that would have been a little bit faster. So that's really... Greek, come on. Nope. Wrong. So Radel is necessary to get Greek over here. I did the same thing that I always do, which is I sent Greek over to solve this puzzle and forgot about using him to solve the other puzzle that also he can help Radel solve. But it's okay, we have Adara here anyway, so we're just gonna bring Adara down to where Radel is, and they're gonna go solve that together. This is fine. And so, oh. I always do that. So we actually need to go here. It is underneath these two fire heads. So Radel needs to stand here so that Adara can go here, hit this, and go bring this raft back over to where Radel can get to it. And then Adara needs to pull Radel over here so Radel can do this, and Adara can break that. And that's going to unseal the second seal. And then we're gonna let Radel glug glug glug, and that is going to put him there. And then he's gonna come here. That actually gets him back faster than anything else that you can do. So Adara's role in the dungeon is now finished. There is nothing else that you need her for. So we're actually just gonna park her over here by the door. And Greek needs to kind of come around the long way at this point so that he can transit Radel around. And so this is, Greek has a lot of movement to do in this dungeon. Oh, I did that wrong. As it turns out, the particular teleporter that I'm trying to use is right over here. So we're trying to get Radel around, and Radel needs to actually go through here, and Greek is really the only way that he can get through there. So that is how we're gonna do that. Before we actually go all that way, though, Greek is actually going to go through this little water section right here. You can pull Adara over to do this, but it's faster just to do it with Greek, just because if you do it with Adara, it involves more teleporting. Hey, yeah, you are definitely in the right place if you like butts. As for me, I like big butts, and I cannot lie. Peach. Okay, so now we have to deal with Radel's somewhat finicky grappling hook. Oh my god, really? Why? That was an extreme lie. Alright. Now we've got to get Radel all the way back. That was actually a good move across. That was much less glugging than I often do. Oh, actually, I did a slightly bad here, I think. Maybe not, actually. Now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, there's a better way. There's got to be a better way. There is. Crawling through this is slow-ish, but it's not as bad as going around the other way. I think. Okay, so now... I wonder... I'm gonna try something. I don't know how this is gonna work out, so... This is very highly experimental. Basically what's going to happen is I'm going to fight the last boss without Greek, and then just pick him up on the way out. And that might be faster. It never occurred to me before. But I'm not sure that it's... Oh my god. Oh, hello. Oh my god. Wow. That was actually a really good fight. Okay, so I do think that this is going to be faster than pulling Greek around. Because he's right on the way out now. I think I even, I took him farther than I strictly needed to. Wrong way. Did not open that enough for Radel, which is... Yeah. That was a lot faster, actually. This isn't going to be a 103, but a 103 is definitely plausible. Now... Now that I know that I don't need to take him out of there. And time. There it is, 104.10. And honestly, I thought that run was crummy and not going to work out, and then I cleaned up the labyrinth. Thank you so much for the GGs, Kevlario. Chaya, thank you so much. Also for the green hype frog.